Welcome back to Poolside Chat. My name is Todd, and I've got another APA 9-ball Tricup match for you. So let's jump right into it. I'm playing Lance. He's a skill level 6. I'm a skill level 8, so 65-46 race. I don't know Lance. He plays out of a traveling league out south. Never seen this kid. Don't know how he shoots, so kind of just have to figure it out as I go. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to start with a lag, which if you notice my other Tricup matches, I'm not lagging real well on these tables. I come up a wee bit short, as this time was even worse. Didn't even make it to the head string. And it's a little too close for comfort. So we're going to do the old yardstick treatment, try to gauge as to who's actually closer. He's got me by a hair, so he gets first break. As you notice, the previous match had some leftover balls there, and as I throw it down, I also knocked the 2 in accidentally. It is what it is. So Lance is up. He's going to break with a shiny red cue. Good powerful break. Good break. So because we're reusing the balls, lowest ball is going to be the 4. Didn't really leave him a whole lot. Kind of hard to control a break, especially on these tables, but it's going to have to force that 4-9 combo without really a whole lot of other option. And unfortunately, didn't make it, but left me with a tough shot. That's really all you can ask for. Now, ideally, I want to shoot this into our low left corner, and the way the cue ball should split that 6-7, hopefully not scratch, of course, and then come off that rail, come down table, at least give me a look at the 5, because I think I can kick the 5. If it doesn't go clean, I can just barely bump off the 12, and it should go. But to get there, you got to make the 4 ball, and I didn't. So I had to double check, make sure the pocket's regulation. Couldn't have been me. I didn't miss it by that much, did I? I did. So he definitely way overhit that. He didn't want to leave himself this kind of angle because he's having to cut this real thin and put it into the side rail. That was tough though. That was tough at that angle. So I can see just enough where I can kind of carom it off the 8 ball, which 2 for Tuesday. I'll take both. I'll take both. The only problem is, if you notice, I'm not sure if I hit that with a little low or if it was just the angle of it, but I couldn't have left myself a worse spot for that 6 if I tried. Without hooking myself, of course. So yeah, it was an accident. I thought I was going to roll up behind the 12, but you still kind of, that's my bad. Was not an intentional safe, but he had the angle. He just got a little thick with it. But look at this. Look at this luck. That's a good lucky leave. Because the way it bounced out from that 9, there's not a whole lot. I've got the 7, which I'm either going to have to try like a almost full table masse to get to it, which I don't want to do. Any kind of kick is tough because even trying to go 2 rails, the 13 plays in. If I go this head rail and then side rail, 13 comes into play. If I try to go 2 rail the other side, I'm kicking it like 2 rails at maybe a half ball, probably more like a quarter ball. So I'm looking at this trying to see if can I even spin the bejesus out of this thing. Because I got to hit that head rail at the right point with some spin to throw it severely to the left. And shocker to no one, I was nowhere near. I did not have a whole lot of option there. And truth be told, I don't really know of a whole lot of safe because, anything shy of just rolling the 7 up to it. But if you don't freeze it, you're going to leave him something. So that's all right. Let's see what he's got. Obviously, ball in hand there. So now I can't quite tell if he can just tap this in the side. He might need to run it all the way down. Nah, he had a good enough angle, which is good because now he can still see the 9. I would hit this with a little bit of low, so that way you just natural two rail back out. Needs a little more, and perfect. Perfect leave. Straight draw. Actually, might have an angle. He had an angle. Just overstroked it. First rack. Gotta loosen up a little bit. And he fired that in. That was a good shot. I am not mad at that. I don't like being down 2-8 when I already need, a whole lot more balls, but it is what it is. There's plenty of time in the game. There's plenty of time. No need to get upset after a rack or two. It's not like he's a 3 and only needs 25. I got plenty of time. Let's go. Another good break. And I think he can see the 1, which he could really put some damage down on this one. Because if he can see that 1, you just roll that up. Should be able to see the 2 because it looks like he's got an angle. Cue ball shouldn't go near the scratch. Nope. I stand corrected. That's a dead ball. Nobody gets that point. So ball in hand for me. Gonna put it close to the rail so that way I've got a little angle on the 3 so I can just natural English just roll that 3 up. Cue ball is gonna naturally go on the the left side of the 4, and I did not do it. Did not get it as much angle as I wanted. So now I'm having to kick because there's not a whole lot. And unfortunately, I did not get the same luck that he got. There might be a theme to that, if I remember correct. That's just the way 9-ball goes sometimes. So he's got pretty much a duck ball, pretty easy. Just roll that up. Good top English shot. He left himself on the right side of the line, so now he can just same kind of thing. Just roll this cue ball up after the 6, puts him close to the side rail. Now he's got options on the 7. I would cut it in the side because then that way the natural angle is going to be a little easier on the 8. He did get a little fat on it, which I think, if you kind of looked at it, if he did make it, he's going to be getting real close to a scratch. If he didn't, he's leaving himself a real thin 8-ball. So nice, easy. Didn't really put a lot of power, so that way I could use a little low left, spin that cue ball 2 rails, and then just stop shot, stop shot. There we go. Rack number 3. Finally, I get to break. Let's see how this goes. So yeah, this is Tricup. There's a lot of teams, a lot of people talking and whatnot. That's why the Miss Michelle's having to go walk across. Hey, she doesn't talk real loud, but she has to walk across to go confirm scores. It's pretty loud in there. 9-ball tried to go, but instead made the all-white one. The one you don't want to make. Dry break otherwise, but this could hurt because, again, that's a wide open table. So I would not go straight, that's for sure. I'd give myself more of an angle so when you roll that 1 in, I would have played the 2 in the other side, but I see where he's going with it. As long as he didn't get straight on this, should be able to do the same kind of thing and just stun out. It was the right idea. He shot a little fast on that. It was kind of a gimme. He knew what he was going to do, and he didn't follow through real well. So I think he just kind of got a little stabby, a little quick. Didn't focus on his actual shot enough. So he left me an easy shot there. So now I just need to put a slight draw on this, or even if it stops, it's fine. But you want to pull back just a couple inches. And the 4 clears the 9. Looks like I've got a little angle, so I'm going to just try to stun draw off the left side rail. And unfortunately, I hit it a little thick. Hit that one a little thick. I did not get enough action off of it. You can tell by the frustration in my face. I don't hide it well. So I'm going to do a real quick little lineup. Look at the kick. Try to kick it into the corner. Let's go. Got a good hit, but that's not a terrible leave. It's still completely makeable. It's definitely not a gimme. So I'll take a little bit of luck, but if he's a good 6, this shouldn't be a problem. Let's be honest. I had to jinx him, didn't I? But, man, why couldn't that 7 have gone? So that's shot number 2. He's gotten one heck of a leave on. And just as a quick look, the 6 is a little uncomfortably in my way. So I'm having to basically just kick thin to the side rail around the 8 and try to hope for something. AKA fail miserably. And scratched, just to add a little extra insult to injury. This is where I would put the cue ball a little bit more in line with the 6. That we get more angle, so the cue ball naturally is going to kick a little bit further into the table. Because there he kind of left himself in an awkward spot. Because you don't want to just roll this, because you could carry him right off that 9 and scratch, which you don't want to do. But the 7's kind of a hanger, so just put a little draw on it and get lucky. Go and kick that 9 in. That's 2 points nobody gets. So he's definitely gotten a little bit of luck so far. But that's APA 9 ball. We all know it. Nine ball's trying again. Get the little double kiss on the 6. Left himself a real tricky 1 ball. I don't know. I don't even know if it comes to this bottom left, so you're probably going to have to back cut that. Which, when you're deep in the pocket, shooting halfway down the table to back cut, that's a tough shot. But again, 3 times. 3 times the leave. I can see the end of it, sure, but I need to figure out a way. You could see the way I was trying to see, can I get behind the 3 and then get the cue ball up near that 7-9-2 area and just try to leave them as ugly as possible. It didn't look like I could, so just wanted to try to suck that cue ball up, or either up to the 8 or ideally behind it. I just need a little more spin. So I left him an easy 1-2 combo, but he's got to hit this with the right speed to not screw himself on the next shot. Just like that. Because he didn't really leave himself a lot. He hit that either harder or just uncontrolled for the next. He's just worried about making it. So he's got a couple options. You can try to cut it in the side, which I think he's looking at. You could also do a bank with just a little bit of draw. You're just trying to leave that red 3. That should be pretty good there. Can't quite tell if the 4 sneaks by the 5 to get in the left side. Ooh. Ooh. I think I finally have a little bit of a sliver of hope here. So yeah, had to go double check, because that's going to determine the speed, whether I'm just trying to come off the side rail, come back and leave over here for the 4 up, or if I'm going to try to kind of Z-bank back and forth. There you go. Just like that. So it does go straight top English, take the 5 right back in the same pocket, and I am not in stroke yet. That's what that face says. I am down by 7, I need way more balls than him, and I'm giving him ducks. Starting to see a theme in my game, ladies and gentlemen. I am seeing a theme. He hit that good. Get himself a nice angle so you can just put a little draw. Just throw it straight to the head rail, but a little bit of luck there. What was that? We're going to go back a little bit here because I want to see. Because that was not a hard shot to make. I don't know if he, let's see, did his cue. Oh, he's trying to hike up. So you saw what he did there. He was trying to aim down like he's hitting draw. And as he stroked it, the cue came up and like 2 feet out of his hand. So when you do that, especially if you're trying to hit draw and now you're hitting center, if not top, you're completely uncontrolled. So table roll is nice and slow. So I've got a little bit of control on this. There we go. I hit that 8 ball with a little uh, slight bit of low, mostly some left to try to spin it and let the 2 rails kind of kill the speed of the cue ball. That way you can still stroke it decently, still medium to light medium speed, but get the 8 ball obviously in the pocket and still hold the cue. And I need to move out of the way. Cue ball's still standing, we know that. I made something. Made the 6 ball, but man, did I not do myself any favors here. Did not do myself any favors. Because I'm going to have to kick almost dead straight into the head rail, just a hair of an angle, with some right spin to try to throw towards the one. So yeah, I'm aiming basically right at that second diamond. Top with some, probably about a tip of right. And did not spin it enough. Another ball in hand. So even though he's got a ball in hand, I tapped it where it was. He didn't take it. I probably would have moved at least somewhat just to choose my own path, but he was fine with it. So he should just hit this with straight top, but it looks like he's putting some spin on it. He got lucky. He hit it where he at least has a look. It's real thin, completely makeable. The only question is, what's his leave? And somehow hit it too thin. So I am back up. Let's go. I need to clean these up. Just a little slide shot. Should have enough angle where I can just slow roll the 4, get myself a 5 into the other side. Ooh. Need to hit that a little thicker. Would have been a little better leave, but because this leaves me in that kind of shot where do you thinly cut it in the side and then try to get the cue ball to go down and then back? Or do you try to rip it into the corner with low and spin around the 9? I just need this to check up. Don't get behind that 9 ball. Bump the 9, but that's okay. That's okay. Just a smooth shot into the head rail. So if you've been watching my videos, I talked about it in the last 9 ball, or my last Tricup match. I was not shooting the great this cup. It was not my best performance. Definitely seeing some things I need to rectify on my own game. That is for sure. And Lance went to the pro side. I think he accidentally even got himself behind the 8 to leave himself terribly. So he's trying to play a smart little safe. Just try to thin the 8 and basically Z down the table, get close to, if not behind the 9, is really the idea. But it's a tough one. That's a tough one. Bump it. Okay. I guess I'll stay on that side of the table. Just take this in the corner. You got a full pocket. Stun it to the side rail. Starting to bring it back a little bit. Bringing it back a little bit. Still down by 1. That means he's basically halfway home. I'm a third of the way home. I need to turn this on. He's shooting good enough. I'm shooting terrible, let's be honest. But he's shooting good enough that I need to hold him down a little bit, which is tough to do when you apparently dry break. If only APA would let you use templates. But that benefits the higher players more so, they say. I disagree, because I think the lower players are the ones that typically rack. Ooh, they usually will rack a little bit worse, thus leaving more ugly tables because they just don't take the extra time and they just kind of slam the balls together, move the triangle, and call it. But usually the high players you'll see take a little extra time, roll the balls up. Ooh, slow down, slow down. So I think a template would actually help lower skill levels more, but then you're cutting down innings and thus artificially moving their handicaps, yada, yada, yada. I get it. I get it. So I made the thin cut on the 2, tried to suck right up to the 3, and unfortunately put it in a spot. I mean, even a safe is very difficult. So you're going to see me really check it out. Like, can I even carry him off to try to make the 4? Can I just graze it and try to leave it behind the 5? Got a gnat flying around. Sorry, guys. So I tried kicking it, hoping the cue ball would spin a little bit more towards the 4, get the 3 ball behind the 7. It's a tricky shot. Good news is it looks like he doesn't necessarily have a clean home, so he's going to try to carry him off the 3, make the 7. That's a good try. It's a tough shot, but definitely not an easy one. So we got a TV timeout. So I'll take a sip of water while we wait. So just a slight bit of low. Just stun this. Actually, I was trying to get a little bit more down table so I could have the 4 in the side, but either way, I'm past the side. I could actually just roll this one to top, but instead I'm going to spin behind the 5 because that's what I do. Overcomplicate shots. I know I've got some people viciously nodding their head at that one. I know what I do. So I'm going to try a safe. Just about a ball too much. About a ball too much. It was a good idea. Try to leave it behind the 9, but I'm not a 800 Fargo, guys. That's not who I am. It was gonna be close. He made a good long shot. I think he just hit a little bit too much power. I think he can see the edge, but unless he can mass A real well, which even then he's gonna leave himself a long 7. So let's see what he's got here. I don't think he can see it clean. Nope. Got a little unlucky. Definitely smashed it trying to get it up table, but side pocket was hungry. Don't mind me. I'm going to clean the table real quick. Some kind of long woman's hair, if I remember correct. So I'm gonna shoot this where the cue ball stays near the rail, so it forces an angle. So that way I can just use natural shape and just spin down for a beautiful scratch. You can tell the frustration. Such an easy out. I should have been out. That was easy 4 points. Trying to make a comeback, trying to close the gap a little bit. And all I'm doing is giving it to him. That was a good shot. Left himself breathing room off the side rail. Easy cut on the 9. Super makeable. Ooh, he needs to watch that stroke a little bit. He shot, and I think it was even after, but he stroked it and then threw the chicken wing on it. You don't need that. I promise you don't need it. Ain't gonna help nothing. So it's tied up at 28. Guys, I have got a world to make up here. Good news is it was a dry break. For the most part, not a whole lot of trouble. I just need to hit this a little firm, split that, looks like the 3-4 or maybe the 5-4. Yeah, 3-4 to get back to this side to even see the 2. And I just overhit it. I was trying to just make sure I get past the 6 so I can cut it. I didn't. So here's where we're at. How do you play a safe is the question. How do you play a safe? So you just graze it nice and thin, just enough to roll it up behind the 7, get the cue ball to touch the rail, make it legal, and then there we go. It's not a hard kick for him to be able to hit it, but that's not the idea. It's to leave him in a spot where he's got to work and either return a safe, get lucky, or just don't let him make something. Like that. Got an easy hit. Thank you, 8-ball, for holding the cue, because that cue very easily should have been behind that 3-6, but just means I can see the edge of it. So now I'm going to try to thin this again, get the cue ball back up table, nice and thin, keep on going, and make this as difficult as possible. It's right where he's trying to kick. This is going to be real close to the side pocket. Made a great kick, though. Cannot be mad at that. And even got a good little roll where same thing. I can only see the end of it. And so the next, keep going. I needed to get, there we go. Now that's a much more difficult kick. This gnat is trying to frustrate me. So if you see me swinging, swatting at something, damn gnat. Anyhow, he made a good kick, made a good connection, left me a makeable shot, but I just got to figure out then, how do I make it with shape to get on that 3-ball? And the answer is you don't. I was trying to cut it, and then I was hiking up just a little bit to be kind of center ball, but the idea is just to shoot the cue ball straight into the head rail and then come back down table. And it did not. So he played an even better safe. That was a good shot. 2-rail the cue ball behind the 9. And now I'm having to kick. So I start the safe battle. And he got the better of it. I cannot be mad at that. Oh, excuse me, person at the other table. Try to get a vague idea about where I'm aiming. Just to the side of that second diamond. Center ball. And got a hit. Wasn't safe. I didn't get lucky on the leave, but I didn't give him ball in hand, so I will take that. Not like it's real tough. You go ahead and cut that in. I put a little top right after you stab your table mate in the leg. So I shoot this little top right, just get the cue ball back over to this side of the table for an easy 3. And he definitely hit it a lot harder than he should have, but he also put a little bit more spin and took it a little more up table, left him a difficult option. So there's some of that masse, which I think he got lucky. I think he got it. Because here I'm just trying to barely hike up, put some low right to get just a little bit of swerve is all I'm trying to do. And hope. Did not get what I wanted. There's not a lot you can do, though. There's not a whole lot you can do with that. Oh, you son of a... This gnat's going to be the death of me today. Don't mind me. Just look like I'm going nuts. So, what do you guys think? Kind of a interesting little rack. Just a whole lot of defenses. I'm trying to get the better of it, but truth of the matter is, in hindsight, I'm not. He is definitely more successful at this than I am right now. And I'm not sure what oh, okay. I'm just trying to see what line I'm looking at. It's a little wider than obviously a scratch shot per se. So just trying to see if I can get there. Going 2 rails. And guess what? I hit it and got super lucky not to scratch. So I will take that. Thank you, points, for holding it up and not taking it down. So here we go. And that's where the frustration finally said, let's swing at it. He definitely could have had a couple different safe options, but he went ahead and swung. Where I was trying to continue the safe battle. I was trying to get the cue ball back behind that little wall there. Did I mention I'm not shooting great this cup? The only good news is he made the 3 with no real great leave for the 4. So now he's got to come with some kind of recovery. So I don't know what he's going to try to make, unless he's trying to back cut. Oh, he's trying to throw the cue ball into the 5 out. That's a tricky shot there. He left me a little thin. I can still cue it because the 5's nowhere near my issue in my way. So no. Try to play a 2-way there. Just not shooting great. I'm not shooting real great right here. I don't even know how to commentate this. Just bad play all around. So he went for the bank and just barely missed. That was a good try. So here we go. Down by 1. I've got plenty of points. I got 7 points to make up right here. Take your time, Todd. Nice and easy. Just get it back up table. Definitely hit that too hard. But it's makeable. Still just stop shot. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Tricky thing is, how do you hold? Does it hold? It does. Okay. So this match was quite a few weeks ago. I even edited this, I think, almost a week and a half ago. So I don't remember every shot, but I know a few key ones here and there. So I'm kind of watching this for the first time with you guys. You know, need this to slow down. So the guy right there, that's Travis. he plays my speed. Actually, I take it back. He's a 9. He just moved up to a 9 and 8 ball, or 9 ball, excuse me. He's a hell of a shot, and I've got a match coming with him and I. It was the hardest match I've played in a long time, so that's going to be probably 5 or 6 matches down. You're going to want to watch that one. I promise you, you're going to want to watch it. It's good. It's real good. So, back to the match at hand, 36-30. I've got the break. I make something. I need that one ball to hold up. There we go. And you can't ask for a better shot than that. It's basically a duck. It's hanging where you just nice and easy. Don't need to power it. Just slow roll, get it off. There we go. I'm not gonna jinx myself here, but man, this is a beautiful table for me, and I should be getting a nice little run. Get off the rail, give me a little breather. There we go. Even got the side pocket to help me out. Just stun it off the side rail. Yeah, I wanted to hit a little bit more spin to kind of kick it down table a bit, but because now I've got a pseudo long shot, we'll call it. But the question is, how are you going to hold it for the 6? So I'm going to try to put a stun shot and get it. Did exactly what I wanted. I wanted to stun into the 6, leave it as a duck ball. And unfortunately, I only got 4 points out of that. That should have been an easy 10. Should have been an easy 10. I might have to rewatch this one myself because there's not a whole lot of reason I shouldn't have ran that one out. Because my man here is getting way closer. Way too close for comfort when I still need 25. Oh, hey, don't break your stick. Man, I got some luck there. Some of that luck he got earlier, it's coming back my way. He went a little paper thin on the 7. Looked like he kind of rushed it, let's be honest. So, from here, and then, goodness, Todd. There we go. All right, check up on the rail. Still a completely makeable shot. Just, yeah, I didn't need to hit it that hard, let's be honest. Slow down. Okay. Not terrible. I only gave him 2 points. I'm glad he made a mistake because he should have picked up 6. I don't know about you. Oh, there we go. Girlfriend gave me a little knuckles. Gotta put in some work now. Need to show up. That was a failed break and run attempt. Got it. 1 ball, 2 ball down. You can see the 3. If you kind of look at the table, everything's got a home. So just take your time. Gotta woo-saw a little bit. Calm down and just run the rack. Every once in a while, my glove will kind of roll up, so I'll just stand back up, pull the, well, ooh, there we go. But yeah, just kind of pull the fingers down a little bit. Give yourself another smooth surface to stroke the cue. So being a short, fat guy, I'm going to bring out the old bridge. Because you want to hit this pretty thin, so that way the cue ball stays, or I guess it'll be on our left side of the table. But what do? I hit it too fat, and I leave myself in the one spot that it doesn't go. So I'm pretty sure it goes in that top left pocket. But I just hit that way too fat. Way too fat. I need to get a little luck on the kick here. Cross your fingers, guys. Cross your fingers. It was legal, but at what cost? Yeah, I am not shooting good this match here. It continued over. So straight top English. Ooh. Again with the chicken wing. Just gotta keep that elbow in. Don't bring it in necessarily, but don't be throwing it out. Yep. I got lucky again. So, give myself an angle so I can just put a little stroke on it, check up the cue off the rail, and then it's just a little back and forth. Let's go. Now the net's buzzing my eyebrow. All right, guys, here's the thing. I'm inching. I'm finally making more momentum than I did in the beginning part of the match. So it's coming back. I'm coming back. But let's get a better break this time. Actually, I take it back. My breaks have been fine. It's my runs that are. I'm not shooting the patterns well. And I made one, but unfortunately, don't think I can see it. Let's take a look here. It looks like I think the best option is to kick. Yeah, there we go. Kick two rails where you're kicking behind it, nice and firm, so that way the one ball sends way up table. I mean, it's too far off the rail. You're not gonna get a perfect kick and stick, but look at this. Get weird. Get weird. And this is where the commentator says it did not get weird. Oh, guys, this is rough. The only good news is he needs 13. I need 12. Call it even 12-12 right now. Just means it's a fight. Just means it's a fight. An easy combo. Don't want to overpower it. There we go. A little luck off that 8 ball. But if you notice, he shoots without really considering his leave. He's not a bad shot by any means. He's got some pretty decent pot capabilities, but he just, how do I make it? Boom. And then the next ball, how do I make it? How do I make it? He's not looking for a pattern. And I think that's really what's costing him. So there we go. So now I can just very comfortably top English, just come off 2 rails, nice and easy, so you don't actually. Okay, that was a little too easy. You still want to come another diamond out to be able to see it. You just don't want to smash it and leave it up on the side rail where I can't see the 7. So now I'm going to cut this with some top right, throw it down, and leave myself ugly. All right, it's the weekend. We're going to see if the banks are still open. Come on. That looks good. That looks good. Attaboy. Good stuff. Good recovery. With the perfect shape for a nice stop shot. All right, guys. Coming back. I only need 6. He needs 10. That's been a massive increase on my side. So I am okay with this. Just got to close it out. Got to close this out. Ooh, slow down, cue ball. And I also need, 3. Come on, 3 ball. Killing me. You are killing me. I'll need 5 more balls. And everything's, perfectly spread open. Really only have the one option. Kick at the side rail, which you can kind of see there. I got to throw some left on it to hit the one, let alone try to make it any kind of capacity. I got lucky it didn't move a whole lot, but this is where yes, he can cut it probably to this low left pocket, but realistically, this is where he needs to play it safe. Pretty easy, just hit it kind of fat. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, if you hit that kind of fat just slightly on the right, top English, let the cue ball come off the head rail and then try to roll up behind the 4. One ball goes deep. That's the idea. All right, so I just need to take my time. I need 4 more balls. Stop for a second, figure out my pattern. I've got an angle on the 2, so I should be able to pull draw behind the 6. That was not a good leave. That's not what you want to do. Don't want to do that. So even right here, he could have had a different pattern, but I see where he's going. Again, I like to have a little bit more angle, so it's a little more of a cut on the 4, so that way the cue ball can come off that side rail, come back out, take the 6 up to that pocket. He's making himself work a little bit, but again, I think it's just because he just is looking at like what ball does it go, what pocket does it go in? It goes in that pocket and then fires at it. He's not considering where's the cue ball going, where do I want to shoot the next ball, and as a 6, you should be considering, at least 1 ball, if not 2. He's just kind of he's a ball maker, where apparently I am not. Leaving a duck. Gosh. There's 5 points I left out there. I could have been out. Could have been a contender. He just needs to get past that side. And now the real question is, because I don't know if I've seen a whole lot, can he draw? Can he draw this? He gets a little stabby, so let's see what happens. All right. Lance, I'm sorry to do it to you, brother. We're gonna watch that one again. Because if you watch his form, first off, he's not aiming real low, but watch the cue. The way he tensed up and trying to shoot that. Yes, I think he got lucky with the leave, but that draw, he tensed up, which means that tip twists, and that caused him to miss by way more than he wanted. So I think I can see the edge of this, so I'm going to try to get a cross bank into this low left pocket. And I just got way too thin with it. Look at that leave, though. That's a beautiful leave on the 8. Just trying to get my innings in, guys. That's not the case. That's not the case. Ooh, a little more. Okay. He did a real micro stroke on that one. If you watched it, he just a little pop. Chicken wings. I don't know Lance, so hopefully somebody in my area knows him and tags him on this video when I post it on Facebook, because I want him to watch this and see what he's doing. Something's going on the table next to me, and I just had to roll my eyes and shake my head. So I just need this to check up. I wanted it to keep rolling. It didn't. So I got to figure out. It's too thin of a cut, so we're going to go for the bank. And if you hit it hard enough on that bank, Z-banks are not impossible. Not saying I called it. I'm not saying I called that. The good news is, guys, he needs 6. I need 1. And I got the break. Just need 1 on the break. Keep the cue ball up. And there we go. Now, I also have to say, I don't know about this app. Did y'all see that? When I went like this, and all of a sudden the balloons came. What? I don't know what that effect is. I have no idea how that even happened. But as soon as I went like this, cross your fingers, how does that mean balloons? I have no idea what that means. Anywho, sorry for the last second twist of hilarity there, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm fully aware that I am not shooting great in these matches, but I'm still fighting. I'm still keeping my head down. I'm still doing what I got to do. And if nothing else, when your opponent's getting more points than you, 9-ball, go into safe mode. Just take him out of rhythm. Take him out of the whole put ball in hole kind of mentality. Mess with him a little bit. So my team continued on. We go into the finals. That's the next video. I hope you guys stick around because it's a much tougher fight. And I feel like at least I shot quite a bit better. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks again for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on Facebook. See you then. Thanks.